Alright, motherfuckers. We got some Drew Brew. This one's called Brewski Patrol. And it says Mountain Made up in Snoqualmie Pass, Washington. I always like visiting this brewery on my way to Seattle. It's kind of right on the way. It's kind of like one of the rest stop areas. And they have like, it's a small little drive-through town. But they have this fucking brewery there, and they do a lot of like German style, European style beers, and then a few, American styles as well. This one here you can see on the bottom, German style dark lager, and this is actually a Dunkel. So let's crack this open, take a little drink. And that is good shit. I really like Dunkels. They're easy drinking. They have that normally kind of like, biscuity, caramel type vibe to them. Shit like that. Let's see if they have anything. An award-winning German-style Dunkel lager. German-grown malted barley produces flavors of toast, chocolate, and hazelnut. And then a dose of German-grown hops provides an herbal and spicy notes. And it says, brewed for our love of the ski patrollers. It's a beer to pick up when the snow is coming down. I agree with that. It's a beer to pick up year-round, really. We are going to be using Noble Otter's Firefighter. Look at that fucking label. I love Noble Otter's labeling. I like how the embers kind of like pop in the light. You got that gruff like sergeant in his uniform. I noticed this on my mail call video, but the Otter kind of has like a mustache of a sergeant too, and then like some little like kind of char on his lip. This is actually a nice fragrance. It's grown on me. It's, I would say it's right under medium. So, you know me, I would much rather it be a little bit on the bolder, stronger side. I, fortunately, don't, get frag burn very often. So I lean towards the crowd that wants that shit bold and banging. We got our Lutin Brushworks brush in the bougie brush bath. But this one is just right under medium for me. It's not bold and banging, but it's there, so we will live. The Lutin brush right here has the bloodwood and walnut. And you can see the kind of stamp on the bottom. Very cool brush. No name. Badger knot. And let's get with it. This is the Noble Otter's updated soap base. I have used it before, I believe, in the Northern Elixir, and it's good stuff. Now, the scent on this one is supposed to be an aquatic with woodsy notes, or light woodsy notes, and I do think that's pretty accurate. This is one of those fragrances that I would deem as understated, kind of like Paganini's Violin from Barrister and Mann. It's one of those ones that I feel like it's not necessarily a one-sided jam. It's not because of its kind of like mellow nature. I do think it's maybe people might be like, well, it's kind of faint or not much going on. But I think there is some stuff going on in this one. It's just rather, it's just delicate, I think that's the way, understated and delicate is a good way to put it. I would say the grapefruit in this is mellow. It's not that bright citrus to me. It's more so like the fruit itself, It's like, instead of the bright citrus zing, you're getting the fruit itself, and it's a little bit sweeter and not quite as bright. The lavender is also, I feel like it's mellow. It's not really providing like that huge spiciness. The woods that are involved are sandalwood and red cedarwood. I guess I could just show you guys the side of the tub right there. Right there. Gotta love that they provide that for us, and then the ingredients as well. I don't know what's going on. There it is. But yeah, grapefruit, lavender, red cedarwood, water, sandalwood, and ambergris. I think the ambergris is more or less just there to provide a little bit of warmth. It's all in all, it's definitely an aquatic. I feel like for me that would be easy to perceive that it is an aquatic, but it's not one of those like bright citrus aquatics. I don't know, I just feel like it's more complex than that. But since it's so delicate, it might get written off. And to me, I put this one in like the Paganini's violin category, where it's like, this is a good fucking fragrance, but I don't think it will get appreciated because of its delicate nature. But rest assured, I do like this one. I think it's pretty good. I saw Mendez, Marcos El Chingon, compare it to Dior, I believe. And I'm wondering if he's thinking Sauvage, because I suppose I can sort of see what he's saying, if that's what he was referring to, was Sauvage. I can definitely sort of see that. And it's a good one. I like it. Now, Sauvage itself isn't understated in any way, shape, or form. That's a massively popular fragrance, but I don't think these are exact. And there was no mention of it being a dupe anywhere, so. But I could kind of see what he's talking about, if that's what he's saying. Good stuff, though. Definitely good stuff. We are going to be using the Kukri right here. Maybe I'll... Got a little fuzz right there. The Kukri with my Osiris Bladeworks scales on it. Haven't used this one in a while. You can kind of see there what we're working with. Very nice. It's got that beautiful work along the spine. Haven't used this one in a little while, but this one was my first straight razor. And I fucking love this thing. It has an Osiris edge on this blade. I actually picked up the blade from Silverloaf Customs, but he wasn't willing to make scales for it, which was a bummer, because Silverloaf does good things as well. And he was selling the blade standalone, meaning no scales. So I was tasked with finding some scales because I thought it was a really cool blade. And I definitely did some asking around, and surprisingly, from the guys that make customs, surprisingly, I got shut down from a lot of them. Like, they weren't willing to make just scales. They wanted to do the whole job. Maybe the time involved or something wasn't worth the effort for the profit margin or whatever. I don't know. But a number of them shut me down. But the Osiris guy, Fonzo, he accepted making some scales for me. And he did a damn good job on them. I think they're fucking beautiful. And he put a nice edge on this razor as well. I have to be weary. I don't know if I got bit by a spider while I was up in the hills or what, but there's definitely something going on right there. We were in a old camper that we had left, or that one of our buddies had left behind. Pretty much to be up there the entire month. And so instead of putting up a tent, we just slept in there. Definitely a possibility of a spider bite, but it's all good. We got a lot of work done while we were up in the hills. And because we got a new camp spot. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but we got a new camp spot. And we definitely had some renovating to do. But my dad took his little tractor up there, and it got a small backhoe and a dump on the front, a bucket on the front. So that definitely came in handy. We leveled out a section of ground big enough to accommodate the kind of canvas wall tent that my dad invested in. And we, got a bunch of wood ready for elk season and all this jazz. Cut a bunch of wood, quartered it up and everything. So, suffice to say, we are pretty ready for elk season. Good stuff. So, the new, or the updated Noble Otter base seems to be really good stuff, just like the old one was. It was fairly easy to lather up. Definitely took some water in. The scent is present, even though it's not banging. It's there. It's perceivable. I wore the splash a few times independently outside of a shave. I just kind of splashed it on and wore it around the house. That way I can get to know it a little better, get familiarized with it. And I find that kind of doing that, familiarizing yourself with the aftershave, helps you perceive a little bit more when it comes to the shaving soap, because you know what you're looking for. It's normally a bit more pronounced in the aftershave. So if you become familiar with the aftershave, you can kind of pick up on some of those nuances inside the shaving soap itself. And that certainly helps me sometimes when the fragrance is a little bit lighter. Let's get this against the grain popping. The edge on this still feels really nice. This Noble Otter does make a pretty leather. Just looks good with that even, dense coating. Plenty slick, plenty dense, not falling apart on me or anything like that. Good shit. Oh, there we go. So that first day we were up there, it was snowing. Oh wait, it was raining pretty good. That's right, we could deal with a little bit of rain. That second day, man, it started snowing and those flakes were huge. It was coming down, man. But it must have stopped at some point throughout the night, because when we woke up, we thought it was raining while we were still inside the camper. That was just all the snow melting off the trees and shit. Got up around 7 a.m. and shit, it was already back above freezing, and shit was melting. So that was pretty good. We had a safe drive home. Got home in time to watch some football, or at least my dad and his friend did. I could kind of give a shit less, but yeah, we had a good time regardless. The damn brewery up there was closed, which was a fucking bummer for me, because I always like visiting them during hunting season. But it is what it is. It's understandable. They are a pretty small town, so if they can't have maximum capacity, I could kind of understand them not deeming it, worth it to have the tap room open. But still a bummer, regardless. They have some coffee up there. A coffee maker up there. And it's called like Father Michael's or something like that. I first saw it here in town at one of our kind of like local grocers that buys a lot of local things, carries a lot of local artisans and whatnot, food and products wise. And I first saw it there, and I grabbed 2 bags, and I liked both bags. And then I figured, since I was in that city that it's actually made, I'd go to one of their grocery stores. And sure enough, I found all kinds of different offerings, so I grabbed 2 more bags. So I look forward to trying those out. But back to the shave. I'm all over the place. That was 2 days growth because I hadn't shaved since Friday. And now this is Sunday in the afternoon. And so that 2 days growth went down very easily with the Kukri. And the Noble Otter did fucking fantastic. Really enjoyable scent. Understated as it may be. Let's get some aftershave on. Got the matching aftershave there. Equally badass label. Give you a little look at the ingredients. Almost forgot about this guy. It's not entirely clear. It does have a little murk to it, but it's mostly clear. And that's nice. That is really nice. The aftershave, I think it's just the overall like vibe of this fragrance, because the aftershave doesn't seem to be like banging either. Like it's not like 10 notches stronger in scent strength. It's stronger, but the scent itself is delicate. And so it still kind of seems mellow, even in the aftershave. But it's definitely a little bit more full. Alright, get the residual on the forearms, and I think we can safely wrap this one up. That was a damn fine shave. So, hope you guys enjoyed that one. A bunch of my ramblings, not shaving related whatsoever. But that was a damn fine shave regardless, so hopefully you enjoyed that. Noble Otter's Firefighter. I'd say it's a good one. I'd say it's one you might need to spend a little time with. Familiarize yourself with it. Then maybe you'll be able to appreciate it a little bit further. But regardless, another killer release from Noble Otter. You got my thumbs up. So, cheers guys. We'll finish where we started with the beer. Thank you for all the support, and I hope you had a good weekend and a good upcoming week. Cheers.